Well, good afternoon, YouTube family. Thought we'd shoot a video today, give you an update, a part 3, if you will, on our little greenhouse project and becoming a little more self-reliant, growing your own food. So let's take a quick tour, give you an update on where we were and where we are now. Let's go ahead and get in this gate here. Had to put up this gate to keep the deer out. They have a tendency to want to come in here and eat your garden. I guess first thing we need to do is let's take a little trip inside the greenhouse here. Like I said, tried some new things this year. If you guys will remember on the last video, we had planted some onions inside the greenhouse. Let you know, I've already been harvesting those and eating on them. And if y'all remember, we planted some potatoes in those little kiddie pools. These are Kennyback Whites. And you can see how they have progressed. You can't even see the two 20-gallon containers over there. Those potatoes, man, have just skyrocketed. Well, since then, I've planted 2 containers this week of red potatoes. And I've also done 2 more containers of Michigan potatoes. Not even really sure what those were, but found a few seed at the local store, so bought about 6 of those. There's 3 seed in each of those containers. And I wanted to show y'all what I use as fertilizer. Blood meal. That's a very good natural nitrogen source. Blood meal. This is really good for like your root crops and when you want to get some really good roots on your vegetables and potatoes. That's really good. Onions, that kind of stuff. It's real good to use on them. Epsom salts. Use those on my tomatoes. Kind of helps keep down on that, them getting that mold and mildew and all that from if they get too much water. So you got to be kind of careful with your watering. But, well, that's what's left so far of the little pepper plants we had put out. I planted some of the basil, and we got looks like 3 habaneros left there and 2 other ones there. I think those were I ain't even sure. I'd have to look at the tag. I started so many different things in here from seed. I think they're jalapenos though. Let's just take a trip out here to what we got in the ground. You can look down this couple rows here. All those are pepper plants. The 2 on the very end down there, you walk down, those are habaneros, the little hot ones. The lettuce that we started, I went ahead and put some of those out here in containers because I actually just didn't have room to grow a lettuce bed. Over here we got early girl tomatoes. Those were started from seed inside the greenhouse. Over here to our right, we got our cucumbers. And if you guys are wondering about the trellis above them, it's really better to let your cucumbers climb instead of spreading out all over the ground. That way you don't get those yellow cucumbers and all that. They stay nice and green, and they'll grow right up this trellis and along the top, and it makes picking a lot easier. Then on the end, we got 5 squash plants, and believe me, you won't want too many more than that. Those are producers. They'll produce all summer. Keep you busy picking those about every day or 2. This next row here, they haven't germinated yet, but that that two little rows there are bush beans. Over here we got Better Boy tomatoes. These are hybrid tomatoes. In other words, you can't save the seed, but those are really good slicing tomatoes, good on your hamburgers and that kind of stuff. And for me, they've always been really good tomatoes to can. Over here, we've got 2 rows of okra, which it's not germinated yet. It's only put out last week. And then over here in this little bed, we got red onions. We got more bell pepper there. Got some more jalapeno peppers. And the 3 tomato plants that you see down the end, those are beefsteak. Those things get about 2 pounds. And on my tomatoes, when I plant my tomatoes, I always, right in the hole, I put blood meal and bone meal. On the onions, I only use the bone meal. I use on my beans, okra, practically everything else. I use that blood meal, use the bone meal, and I also use some Epsom salts on the tomatoes. Like I said earlier, you want to put you about a tablespoon in the hole on each plant when you plant those. And also, I use black cow manure as another form of fertilizer. I just dig my holes out big when I plant. I fill it up with the black cow manure, like I said, the bone meal, blood meal, and on the tomatoes, I always use the Epsom salts. But we've come a long way in the last month or so. I got this stuff out just a little bit too early. Ended up, frost set me back just a little bit on these. I did cover them, so we didn't lose our squash or cucumbers, but I did have to come back. And once they started putting on new leaves, I had to trim back some of the old ones. Now the tomatoes, I didn't have those out during the last frost, so that wasn't a problem. Guys, it's important that we learn to kind of become more self-sufficient. You could probably figure that out by going in your local grocery stores now and seeing these empty shelves and low stock on shelves, and maybe not being able to get the brands of things you want. I'm afraid it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope that doesn't happen, but it's good if you can learn how to do some of this stuff. Like I said, it's very important in a prepping community or self-sufficient community. You want to learn how to grow some of your own food, and you don't have to put out a huge garden. You don't even have to build one of these little greenhouses. It's very simple to do. It's very cost efficient to build one. But you can buy your plants and all that stuff you can get a lot of the stuff at Lowe's, or you can get it from like some of your local nurseries. But just try planting a few things. Yeah, you're not going to be successful on everything, but you're going to get some stuff to grow, and you can learn from your mistakes. And next time you can try something a little different. Before I get off this video, though, I do want to throw out a YouTube channel. If you're interested in this gardening or using containers to plant stuff in, Hollis and Nancy on YouTube. And they've also got a Facebook page. That's Hollis and Nancy. Man, that guy, he can grow stuff standing on his head. He is an excellent gardener. And I just want to give him credit and get you to go over and check out his channel. I promise you'll learn something and you'll really enjoy it. He's just another old Tennessee boy. So go give Hollis and Nancy a little check out. Watch a couple of their videos. They've got hundreds of them on there on different things. Well, until next time, this is Old Gray Wolf. I'm out of here, and we'll catch you next time. We'll do another update here in several weeks and see what's going on. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.